Last one on the offense, fullback. This one, to me, I had to search. PFF didn't do a separate ranking for fullbacks, and so I sourced a couple of other places. Sportshow.net did one that was highly unofficial, but it listed James Devlin above Kyle Juszczyk. So that at least gave a name to consider. To me, this one is clear cut. When I look at the complete player of ability to carry the ball, catch the ball, block in space, to me, it's Kyle Juszczyk, and the contract reflects his ability relative to other fullbacks in the league. He is definitely more than just a fullback.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he could be a tight end. In a lot of ways, he is a tight end. I mean, I have him here. I'm on Sys Data Hub, which is really helpful. Among the fullbacks, I mean, there's really not that many, but you got him. He had 17 rushes last year. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground. He had 19 catches, 2 touchdowns through the air. He had 6 touchdowns last year. That's really helpful. Who else can even come close to that among fullbacks? I mean, Alec Ingold with the Raiders had 12 catches and a touchdown. Like, whoop-de-freaking-do. CJ Ham on the Vikings had 8 catches and a touchdown. Nice, dude. Nice. Patrick Ricard on the Ravens had 9 catches and a touchdown. Like, these guys aren't even used around the league.
Right.
And the thing with Juszczyk is he doesn't get used enough. He should have double the numbers. Yeah.
That's what I was going to add, is that fact that those are great numbers relative to all other fullbacks, blows them out of the water. And it has all of us saying you need to get Juice the ball more, right? You can see that he's not being utilized enough within the offense. And so I think, to me, that one is a clear-cut winner. Juice is the best fullback in the NFL. Now, you could argue the fullback is becoming a less relevant position, but not within the 49ers offense. Within the 49ers offense, regardless of percentage of snaps that Juice has, those are high-impact snaps that he's playing, and typically high-impact plays that he's in there for.
He's the only fullback in the league that isn't totally replaceable. I mean, I know some teams need a fullback because of the scheme they want to run, but all the fullbacks, like Alec Ingold, he's not an asset to a football team. He's a guy. Juszczyk is beyond an asset. Like, if you were ranking players A, B, C, A is like elite, B is good, and C is replaceable. Right. Juszczyk's an A.
Yeah.
There are no B fullbacks, and then there's some C's. There's like maybe 7 or 8 C's, and that's it. That position is kind of dead. So Juszczyk he's deserving. He is an A player.
When you look at the overpay to get Juice back, 2 overpays, the first contract and the second, relative to other fullbacks in the league, you can see from Lynch and Shanahan how they prioritize Juice, how important he is to the offense. Follow the dollars, and it says just how much they value that guy.
I have a hot take. It's not going to make anyone happy. People are going to be like too far. But Kyle Juszczyk is just as good as George Kittle. The difference is George Kittle gets the ball more.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm sorry. They're both great blockers. They do different things as receivers. Kittle's bigger. Juszczyk is faster. He's just as good.
Interesting. So I would have Juice is faster than Kittle.
Maybe not. Kittle's fast too.
I feel like
even
if the times reflected it, when you look at the miles per hour when they're tracked, I feel like Kittle's got him now.
Okay, so let me give something to Juszczyk then. He's better at catching the ball away from his frame. He's got real natural hand-eye coordination that Kittle has worked to develop in the NFL. Give him that.
I hope that
he runs the ball.
Yeah, with the 94 uniforms, I hope we see a little bit of what bar none William Floyd used to get. I think Juice needs more catches this year. I agree. He is a natural pass catcher.
If you look at the efficiency, like one thing I like to look at, it's not a perfect stat, but passer rating when targeted. And I want to say either for last year, I looked at this up for Kittle and for Juszczyk. Their careers on the Niners, I believe, 4 years. They have like the exact same passer rating when targeted. It's both about like 108, super duper high. And Kittle gets all the targets that he deserves because it's obvious that he's one of the biggest mismatches in the league.
Yeah.
Juszczyk is just as big of a mismatch. I'm sorry. It's really hard to stop him. And he should be getting, I'm not saying as many targets as Kittle, but more than he's getting.
No, but that's fair. I mean, I would say that he is going against a different level of pass defender, right? Kittle's getting tougher matchups than Juice would. When you look at who's going to end up covering Juice, that's not going to be your highest pass defender on the defense. But agreed that he's super efficient, and I mean,
all the more reason to throw the ball to him.
Yes, because it is a better matchup.
All the more reason. Yeah, absolutely. And if defenses start keying on him, well, then you go. Then you can go to Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel.
That's what you want.
When people wring their hands about the number 3 receiver, it's like, how about you just throw the ball to Juszczyk more?
That would
and
be
there's
nice.
Dwelly too. So
that
I mean,
would be nice.
It doesn't really matter who the number 3 receiver is.
No, honestly. We get caught up on that, but it really doesn't matter.
They should be in as little 3 receiver sets as possible. They have so much they can do with 2 running backs, with 2 tight ends. I mean, Dwelly and Juszczyk. That's the other thing. Passer rating when targeted, Dwelly's right there with Juszczyk and Kittle. Those 3 guys are really good with those wide receivers on the outside who are also excellent. And the stable of running backs.
Not to mention the shift to a bit more power run. That's going to really benefit those 2 tight end, 2 running back formations. When you got a bruiser like Aaron Banks, who hopefully wins that right guard position.
And the rest of the league is going to nickel defenses.
Yes.
Because they're like
smaller defenders.
Yes. Because, it's all about, it's a 3 wide receiver league, and you got to get your nickel. My third linebacker doesn't matter so much. Well, against the Niners, you might never be in your nickel defense. You might be in base the whole game. And that's a good thing because defenses practice more in their nickel than their base these days.
Yeah, you hear Kyle talk about that you need to keep evolving as an offense, right? You have a bunch of offenses throughout the league that have adopted his principles into the run game, and defenses have begun to adjust and see it more regularly. So what the Niners did previously does not stand out as unique and unpracticed. Now you need to shift that yet again.
The Rams are doing the same thing. The Rams are doing the same thing. With McVay, when he first got there, the first 3 years, he was all about like 3 wide receivers all the time. And his whole trick was, I'll go 3 wide receivers, you'll go nickel, I'll run the ball.
Yeah.
And, I'll run the ball against a lighter defense, and it worked. People figured that out. People just started playing the base defense against him because they're run first defense. They're run first offense, play with your base, shut down the run. That works. So what he does now is 2 tight ends. He's not even really a 3 wide receiver offense anymore. He's evolved as well. I think what we're going to see the Niners do is a lot less 3 wide receiver stuff this year. Unless Mohamed Sanu is just killing it.
Yeah, unless there is that clearly defined 3rd wide receiver, I would agree.
Which there isn't at this
point. I thought that there was a bit of relief. I never like to see anyone get injured, whether it's for a team that I despise or not. But the loss of Cam Akers for the Rams felt like a huge blow. I mean, he really was super talented toward the end of last year. Looked to be a bell cow type of a back, and that's. And
now he blows out his Achilles, which could affect the rest of his career. I mean, now the Rams could be back in the market for a running back, which is all the more reason for the Niners to be careful with who they cut, because the Rams are going to swoop that guy up.